What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Senua Saga Hellblade 2. We're going to be continuing on in our shitty little adventure here. If you didn't see today's earlier video, let me say sorry for taking a couple days off. I had a nasty head cold. You know, it was coming in. I thought I could work through it, but I was just getting lethargic, and I'm still a little congested, but nowhere near as bad as it was. But you know, I thought, you know what, for the first time, I'm actually gonna rest, because so many times I try and cut my resting for when I'm sick. I try and cut it short, and then I just get sick again like a week and a half later, or I just get overly tired, or just I need to learn to. I need to learn to stay down and, you know, actually focus on sleeping and all that shit when I'm not feeling well, as opposed to, ooh, okay, well, I can at least use this time to get certain, you know, if it's not work here done, I can get this done, I can get that done. No, I need to, you know, stay in bed and actually rest.
The rain has stopped. Find a way to see. Can you see?
So I'm misunderstanding what I'm supposed to, like I'm thinking these floating chunks of wood are what I can use to create the symbol. But no, you see, it's kind of that yellow-looking moss. That is what is going to create the symbol that I'm looking for. Come on, just look down a little bit. I was getting so just tunnel focus, tunnel vision on the floating shit that I was not seeing that moss. It takes me a second. Yeah, I'm like, so I'm trying to angle it, or like, I'm not sure if that stuff's there for like as a red herring, or I don't know. If that floating shit is there intentionally, I'd say that's kind of interesting. If it's there just, you know, ooh, because it's a cool effect, I think it's very misleading.
There's signs. She's close. She can feel it. You can see like they can see.
Come on. To the left. To the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. There you go, moron. Call myself a moron, not any of you.
Find the next sign. Find the next sign. There'll be another one. You have to find a way through. Quick.
Come on, you gotta get to a higher angle to see the.
She doesn't know its real name. She needs to know more. You can only kill it if you find out more.
She needs the name.
She is finding a way through. Finding a path. Find another way to see. There's got to be another way. Looking, it hovers in
know, I gotta say, I am not a big fan of this whole thing with the hidden ones or whatever. I don't know. Maybe my tolerance for all of this has gone away because we know they're just really like magic or fairies or whatever the flip. I mean, for the love of God, we fought a dragon in the last video. We fought a fucking dragon.
She did it.
You did it.
This is what frustrates me. Again,
Found the path.
The meaning is
and I'm sure this makes it sound like, oh, AJ, what do you have against fantasy? You love fantasy. I do. I love fantasy. I have nothing against dragons. But again, what made the first game so interesting, I mean, it was a well-made game. It was fine. But I think what set it apart, I mean, granted, its pricing and its quality and everything was a factor. But what made that game's story and what made it so interesting was this idea that everything was this internalized struggle of her going through grief and mental illness, and that's what a follower is, you bitch. Sorry.
She left us.
At least I didn't use the other word I wanted to say.
You need to find the hidden folk.
Find them.
But yeah, look, I've said it all the way through this. It's just the fact that they made everything, all the magic stuff real, really just, it takes, it retroactively hurts your game. I don't get why people do this shit. Looking at you, the Acolyte. Somehow you try and retroactively make the prequels worse. And I like the Star Wars prequels. Fight me on that.
She left as soon as it was hard.
Why did the Draco come here?
What were they looking for?
Are they following us?
Yes, they must be following us. Following you.
I'm sorry, I glossed over that line. I hated that. Oh, your followers. They're not my followers. I just showed them a new way. Yes, so you're leading them and they follow you. One could say you're a they're a follower of you. Huh? Like, I understand what they're trying to say, that, you know, that she's a leader, and she's trying to say, well, I'm not a leader. You know, I'm not like a leader or anything. I mean, you know, I just showed them that there's a new path or whatever, and they're kind of going down it on their own. But just the way I don't know. I feel like there was a more eloquent way that I'm not coming up with to say that, but the way they said it was really dumb.
This is the price. If you want them to help you again.
You have to find your way to them.
Yes. What are we looking for? You need to find the right way to look at it.
The right way to see.
She did.
Mist. Everywhere, signs forming.
Yes, she found it.
You found it.
past trial. just reminder. But you must find us first.
Keep looking. I always knew you would find it. It's not over till it's done.
I swear, I think running through this little cave here, the only reason for it is to find this.
The Skalds say Grettir, wounded by Seidr, was now so weak it was possible for his enemies to defeat him. Under cover of night, Thorbjorn and his men attacked his shelter. They tried to disarm him, but he clung so firmly to his sword, Kar's Loom, that they had to cut off his arm to get it free. Then they used his sword to cut off his head, and the land's mightiest outlaw was dead.
Yeah, I gotta say, about at this point, I started getting a little lost. Man, I know the first game had sections like this where you were doing these little puzzles or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't remember that game having puzzle. Just doing it back to back to back to back to back. Usually they'd break it up with some combat, or this or that, or a cutscene or something. This game just feels like so many of these little puzzle segments. We are just going, come on. We got to meet a 4-hour limit. Like we got,
What else is there to find?
We got this game's got to be so, It's like making a TV show. Come on, we got to hit 30 minutes. I don't care what we're doing on TV. I said the Acolyte earlier. Yeah, kind of like that. It's like, come on, we got to hit our time limit.
Find the symbol.
Yeah, no shit.
She needs to know his name.
You have to find out.
She needs to understand.
If you want to kill him, you need to know.
They can help her understand.
Get up.
Follow the light.
There it is.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I feel like she should be able to just, like, drop down from that ledge.
She is closer than she was before. How the giant came to be.
How did he come to be?
They will show you if you follow.
Daisy's story.
You need to know the truth. She needs to know the truth.
You have to find it out.
Okay, what is the truth then? I'm sick of you voices, because you voices apparently aren't like
So many truths.
again. She needs to know the truth. She needs to know the truth. Oh my gosh, she needs to know the truth. Okay, that's wonderful. If these voices were manifestations of her own consciousness, like I thought they were in the first game, well, it would make sense that the voices don't know what the quote-unquote truth is, because they know what she knows. But no, these are disembodied voices. These are omnipotent, because she's a seer or whatever. So she's apparently a fucking... I don't even know what exactly she is. She can tell the future, kind of, or... you know, they never really talk about what a seer does. So, I mean, these voices, if they say she needs to know the truth like that, what? Tell me. You apparently know. You're disembodied, omnipotent voices. And I'm sure somebody would say, well, how do you know they're omnipotent? I don't know. We're playing with magic. What the rules don't mean shit anymore. I'm very mad. See, I also think she should be able to climb that. That's bullshit. No, go back, because you're going to block your path. So I blocked my path. What you got to do is you have to activate that thing. Wall, get over there, activate it again to get the step up that you need to climb the little cliff doodad. Like this. See, I will give them this. I think they have made matching up the symbols in this game easier than the first. Because in the first one, if you were slightly off on the angle, it wouldn't kind of snap for you. You kind of had to get it at just the right angle.
What will she be able to see?
With this game, they give you a little bit more leeway, you know, to find the proper angle to match up the symbols, which I think is the better option.
This power she feels draws her on, the certainty. She wants to hold it, even if it blinds her. She's come to them again with another promise, another another question. But there will always be that price to pay. The truth can drown you deep. Lay bare the heart of you, hidden for years.
Okay, so they say we come to them with another promise, another question. What promise? What promise are we offering them? That'd be interesting, but we didn't make a promise the first time. They just told us, here, have this mummified baby and give it to the giant.
Will he be there?
What?
There, look. They're here.
Focus.
The dialogue in this game, it's a lot like if you watch Rings of Power.
Every monster.
If you watch that show, how they love to write in this. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. In these big, grandiose, kind of like sweeping metaphors. You know, and look, I like metaphor as well, and I like all this stuff, but for the love of God, it's just when every sentence is a metaphor, every sentence is this, ooh, we're trying to write prose like Shakespeare. It's like, oh my God, you're not Shakespeare. You don't have that talent. It just sounds pretentious and obnoxious.
But then the giants came, and the Troigar. And worst of all, the Bjerg. Men who were stronger and more ruthless, who took all they had and wanted more. The man loved his friends, but he feared the men more. So when the men came to him and offered a bloody bargain, he agreed. He would, by trickery, make over his leader to them. And in return, they would not trouble him. And so it was done, and his leader was taken and died at their hands. The man was ashamed. He had thought himself safe. But they found out his secret, and all stood against him. They cast him out, and he until the sea took him. The sea took him and turned his blood to brine, spat him back on shore, a giant. Now he wanders that same shore and hunts the ones he once called kin.
So now she knows.
Now you know.
He's not a stranger.
You have to tell her.
He haunts them.
You have to find her.
I mean, he's a stranger to you, I'm just saying. Alright, guys. That's about all of this game I can handle in one sitting, so we're going to call it here for today. Thank you so much for watching. Social media down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for more next time. But until then, guys, I'm going to go make a sandwich. I'm out.